Hey, everybody. Good to see you guys all coming in. I'm going to give it just about a minute here to see if we can get some more people in. Also, I know a lot of you are not going to be able to make it, so you're waiting for the recording later. So we're going to be recording this just so you know as well. And we'll get going here in just a second. All right. So good afternoon, good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining me today for this virtual homebuyer seminar. My name is Joey Dallow, and I'm a licensed realtor with Coldwell Banker Realty here in Los Angeles. Many of you know me. My primary office is located on Main Street here in Santa Monica, and I also frequent our Playa Vista offices, and I help buyers, sellers, and renters all throughout Los Angeles and surrounding counties. So I'm excited to share some valuable information with you today about buying a home, especially if you're a first-time homebuyer. So I know that purchasing a home can be an intimidating process, but it doesn't have to be. By taking the right steps and working with the right professionals, you can successfully navigate the real estate market and find your dream home. So my intention today is to walk you through the home buying process from start to finish so that you feel confident and prepared as you embark on this exciting journey. Buying a home is a big decision and it requires a significant investment of both time and money. So as such, it's important to approach the process with a clear understanding of what's involved and how to prepare. So as we get started, I'd like to welcome you all to ask any questions that you might have throughout the seminar by typing them into the chat below. And since my goal is to keep this seminar short and sweet, under 30 minutes, and give you a basic overview of the home buying process, I'll be sure to follow up with those questions personally once we've ended. Also, I'd like to remind you all that by registering for this virtual home buying seminar, you've been automatically entered to win a $100 Visa gift card as a thank you for your support. I do plan on hosting several more of these throughout the year where I'll also be doing more giveaways and providing even more relevant real estate information, so keep a lookout for those in the future. And if you do have any friends or family who may find any of this information useful, or if you'd like to rewatch this seminar to revisit any of the topics covered here today, I'll also be sending a recording to your inbox shortly after we've ended. So let me go ahead and share my screen so you can have a look at some of the key points that we'll be discussing today with these slides. All right. So let's begin by talking about the benefits of homeownership. Homeownership provides a sense of stability and the ability to build equity. Rent payments go towards paying off someone else's mortgage, while mortgage payments go towards paying off your own. And the equity that you build in your home can be used to fund future purchases, renovations, or even retirement. Additionally, owning a home can provide you with a sense of pride and accomplishment as you create a space that is uniquely yours. The first step in the home buying process is to assess your financial situation. And this means taking a hard look at your income, expenses, and your credit score. You'll need to have a solid understanding of your budget, including how much you can afford for a down payment, monthly mortgage payments, and other associated costs. It's also important to check your credit report and score, as this will impact your ability to qualify for a mortgage. Your credit score is a key factor in determining the interest rate and the terms of your mortgage. So it's important to make sure that your credit report is accurate and up to date. If you find any errors or inaccuracies, it's important to dispute them as soon as possible. Generally, a higher credit score will result in a lower interest rate, which will save you thousands of dollars over the life of your mortgage. If you have a lower credit score, you may need to work on improving it before you can secure a mortgage or pay a higher interest rate. To determine how much you can afford, it's important to consider your debt-to-income ratio. And this ratio compares your monthly debt payments to your monthly income, and it's a key factor in determining your credit worthiness. It's also recommended that your housing expenses, such as mortgage, insurance, and taxes, don't exceed 30% of your monthly income. Saving for a down payment is also one of the most critical steps in preparing to buy a home, and a higher down payment can lead to lower monthly payments and a better interest rate. Now, as a first-time homebuyer, it's also important to research first-time homebuyer programs. These are specifically designed to help first-time homebuyers with down payment assistance, closing costs, and other expenses. So be sure to research what programs are available in your area and what requirements you'll need to meet to qualify. Now, if all of this sounds like a lot of work already and you're thinking, Joey, I'm already overwhelmed, please know that a skilled and knowledgeable mortgage lending professional can help inform you about what programs are out there for first-time homebuyers and help you through the financial assessment process. They can take a lot of the headache away by helping to strategize a specific plan for your unique situation that'll prepare you for the process and help to keep you organized and on track to meet your goals. Now, once you have a clear understanding of your financial situation, the next step is to get pre-approved for a mortgage. And this means that you'll work with a lender to determine how much money you can borrow based on your income, credit score, and other factors. To get pre-approved, you'll need to provide your lender with documentation such as tax returns, pay stubs, and bank statements. It's important to work with a lender who's familiar with the local market and can offer you competitive rates. Your lender will look at your income and your debt-to-income ratio to determine how much you can afford to borrow. A good lender will help you find the best loan for your needs and provide guidance through the process. Getting pre-approved is an important step because it lets you know what you can afford and it shows sellers that you're serious about buying a home. When you are pre-approved for a mortgage, you'll receive a pre-approval letter that outlines the terms and the conditions of your loan. And this letter is a key piece of documentation when you're making an offer on a home, as it shows sellers that you have the financial means to follow through with the purchase. Now, there are several types of mortgages available, including fixed rate mortgages, adjustable rate mortgages, and government-backed loans such as FHA and VA loans. Each type has its pros and its cons, so it's important to understand which one is best for your financial situation and home buying goals. For instance, a fixed rate mortgage provides a stable interest rate and predictable payments, while an adjustable rate mortgage can provide a lower initial rate, but it may fluctuate over time. So I'm very excited to have our in-house lender at Coldwell Banker joining us here today to offer some valuable information and speak more to you about this initial pre-approval step and the importance of connecting with a lending professional early on in the home buying process. Chris Capello is the originating manager at Guaranteed Rate Affinity. He has a proven track record of helping families and individuals such as yourselves navigate the often confusing process of securing a home loan. And with that said, I'd like to gratefully welcome Chris to introduce himself and speak briefly on what he does to assist buyers with their mortgage needs. Let me go
Hi,
ahead.
everyone.
Yeah, let me go ahead and pin you real quick. Chris, thanks so much for being here.
You got it.
Yeah. All right. There you go, my friend, and go ahead and take it away.
You got it. Thanks everyone for joining today, and it's really a pleasure of mine to be here. I really enjoy helping first-time home buyers, with this process. I'm, as you mentioned, I'm Chris Capello. I'm the originating manager, our area sales manager with Guaranteed Rate Affinity. And I cover a pretty large territory. I have a group of loan officers that work under me. But really my passion is helping people like yourselves, find or take that next step from renting or living, rent-free with family and taking that next step into home ownership. The first step, and it's the key step, is getting pre-approved. We have about 3 or 4 different pre-approval processes, which can help you, get prepared, along your journey. The first pre-approval that I recommend, especially for first-time home buyers that are really just trying to figure out their options, we have what we call a soft credit pull pre-approval option. And what that does, instead of taking, having your credit run and getting that tri-merge credit report where we get the 3 scores and we take the middle of the 3, it just gives us one of the credit scores. So it's kind of like when you go to your bank or you check your credit on your own. There's no impact to your credit to do this, but I still get a list of your liabilities. I still gather your income and asset documentation, and I'm able to put together, scenarios, or at least help you plan for the future. So let's say, you come to me today and you say, hey, Chris, I'm planning on buying, maybe my lease isn't up until December. I want to buy in December. now is the perfect time to do something like that. So your credit isn't impacted, but we're still able to put a game plan together. So if you need to maybe save another $5,000, or, maybe you need to work on, paying off some credit card debt from now until that point, I can give you guidance on getting prepared and getting you set up to purchase that home in December. So that's a very, very important pre-approval process. From start to finish, it usually takes, maybe a day or two to get, all of your options. We can identify first-time homebuyer programs that you might be eligible for. There's literally hundreds of them out there, but a lot of them have restrictions just based on, how much money you make or where you're trying to buy. If you're buying in an affluent neighborhood or if you're buying in a low to moderate income housing tract. So, I like I said, I have access to literally hundreds of these programs, and I can help. Once I have that pre-approval application, I can kind of narrow down the options and present them to you so you can make an informed decision on which one is best for you, and kind of just take it step by step. One of the other pre-approval processes that we have that gives buyers the leg up and really allows you to compete with cash buyers. I know if any of you had kind of gotten into the market last year, you knew there were, almost every property was a bidding war. And it was really frustrating for people that were going out to market, especially first-time home buyers that just, didn't have an extra $300,000 or $400,000 to overpay on a house. We have something called a power bid pre-approval. And what this does is we do a full pre-approval application. You fill it out online. I still collect your income and your asset documents, but what I do is I take it a step further. I submit your loan into my processing team. They may gather any other documents or get any, verifications of employment or validate assets as needed. And then we send it into our underwriting group once the loan is ready. And what this does is when an underwriter reviews your file and they issue you an approval, a couple of things can happen. There's a box that gets checked when you submit an offer. There's a box that gets checked that states that you have a fully underwritten pre-approval, which lets the sellers know that you've taken the extra steps and actually have an initial approval on your application. You have the ability to then lock in your rate, which is unique for Guaranteed Rate Affinity. I would say 99% of the lenders out there will not allow you to lock in your rate until you're in contract on a home. We'll allow you to lock in the rate for up to 90 days to protect you if there's increases in rates in the market. The other advantage to doing a fully underwritten pre-approval, and again, it's when you're ready, is that you're halfway done with the loan process. At that point, all you'll need is to find homeowners insurance and have the appraisal done. And once that's completed, you're done with the process. So this allows you to write a more competitive offer with a shorter turn time. So instead of, writing an offer for 30 days, maybe you write an offer for 21 days or 15 days, and it's going to help your offer stand out from the other buyers. It's also going to let the seller know that you're serious. So if they have a cash offer where they're trying to lowball, they know your offer is as good as gold because an underwriter's already approved it. You've already gotten your commitment letter from us. So, again, those are two of the main pre-approval processes that I would recommend for first-time home buyers, just to really solidify, your status. And again, one of them really is just to help you figure out your options. The fully underwritten pre-approval is there to really get some backing behind your offer. And so you can go to the market confidently. You're not wondering, am I qualified? Am I not? Is this in my price? You already know exactly what your price range is. And so you go out and you confidently shop for a home. That's it.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate you being here.
You got it.
Guy knows what he's talking about, right? All right, so let me go ahead and jump back in here. Wow, we got a lot of you guys in here. Thanks so much for showing up. And thanks so much, Chris, for taking the time to be here today. That was really some great stuff. Thank you for sharing just a taste of your wealth of knowledge with us. If any of you watching are interested in taking that initial step of connecting with a mortgage professional, please reach out to me and I'll be happy to make a personal introduction so that you and Chris can get acquainted, and Chris will be happy to answer any further questions that you may have. So let me go ahead and share my screen again. We've got just a little bit of time left. We're going to finish going through the entire process here. So now that you have your financing in order, it's time to start your home search. And this involves identifying your needs and wants in a home, as well as determining which neighborhoods and areas that you're interested in. So when buying a home, it's not just about the house itself, but it's also about the neighborhood that it's in. So you want to spend some time exploring the area, checking out the local amenities, and talking to neighbors to get a sense of what it's like to live there. And this can help you make an informed decision about whether the neighborhood is right for you. When creating your home search criteria, it's also important to consider factors such as location, size, style, and amenities. LA is a vast and diverse city with a variety of neighborhoods to choose from. So think about your lifestyle and what you need in a neighborhood. Do you want to be close to downtown? Do you prefer a quieter suburban area? Do you need easy access to public transportation or major highways? Consider your commute time to work or other important places that you frequently visit. You should also consider your budget and the local real estate market when creating your criteria. It's essential to have a realistic idea of what you can afford and to stick to your budget. Keep in mind that owning a home comes with additional expenses beyond your mortgage payment, including property taxes, homeowners insurance, and maintenance and repairs. It's important to be aware of the high cost of living and housing prices in the area. And LA is one of the most expensive cities in the country, and the housing market reflects that. So you may need to adjust your expectations or consider alternative neighborhoods to find a home that fits within your budget. Real estate markets can vary widely from neighborhood to neighborhood, so it's important to understand what the market is like in the areas where you're interested in buying. So you'll work with your realtor to get a sense of what homes are selling for, how long they're staying on the market, and what the competition is like. The LA housing market can be unpredictable, and it can vary depending on the time of year, the state of the economy, and other factors. So it's important to work with a realtor who can provide you with up-to-date information on the market and help you make informed decisions. Working with a realtor can be invaluable during the home search process. Sure, you can use online resources such as Zillow, Trulia, or Redfin to research neighborhoods and home prices, but a realtor can also handpick properties that fit your criteria from the MLS, set you up with listing alerts, send coming soon and off-market properties, as well as attend open houses with you and provide guidance throughout the process. Your realtor has set up appointments for you to view the homes and provide you with insight and advice on each property. It's essential to take your time when looking at homes and to view each property with a critical eye. Look for any issues or potential repairs that may be needed and consider the long-term value of the property. Now, once you've found, hold on one second, I'm having some trouble with these slides here. There we go. So we'll review the seller's disclosures and any documents related to the property. In a competitive market like Los Angeles, it's essential to have a strong offer and be prepared to move quickly. Your offer should be based on factors like the condition of the property, the location, the current market conditions, and the seller's motivation to sell. This is where having a realtor on your side can be invaluable, as they can help you navigate the negotiation process and make sure that you're getting a fair deal. Sorry, we had a little hiccup there. Now, once your offer is accepted, your next step will be to complete a home inspection and appraisal to ensure that the home is in good condition and worth the asking price. A home inspection is an important step in the home buying process because it can reveal any issues or defects with the property that could impact its value or require repairs. The inspection will cover things like the electrical system, plumbing, roof, foundation, and other critical components of the home. The inspection report will give you an idea of what repairs are needed and the estimated costs, and it can be used to negotiate repairs or a lower purchase price with the seller. An appraisal is an assessment of the property's value with a licensed appraiser, and it's required by the lender to ensure that the home is worth the amount of money that they're lending you. And if the home appraises for less than the purchase price, you may need to renegotiate with the seller to come up with additional funds to cover the difference. The home appraisal contingency is a clause in your purchase agreement that allows you to back out of the deal if the appraised value of the home comes in lower than the purchase price. This can be an important protection for home buyers as it ensures that you don't overpay for a property that may not be worth the asking price. Now, after the inspections and the appraisals are completed, you'll need to secure a mortgage and finalize the sale. And this is where you'll sign all the necessary paperwork, pay your down payment and closing costs, and officially become a homeowner. Closing costs can include fees for the lender, title company, and escrow, as well as taxes and insurance. So it's important to budget for these costs and make sure that you understand what you're paying for. And your realtor can help you navigate this process and make sure that everything is in order. During the closing process, you'll also have the opportunity to review and sign your mortgage agreement. And this will outline the terms and conditions of your loan, including the interest rate, payment schedule, and any penalties for early repayment. And after the sale is complete, you'll receive the keys to your new home, and you can begin the exciting process of moving in and making it your own. And your realtor will be there to answer any questions that you have and provide you with resources and recommendations for local service providers, such as movers, painters, and contractors. Now, before we wrap up, let's touch on some common misconceptions about homeownership. One common myth is that you need to have a perfect credit score to qualify for a mortgage. And while having good credit can certainly help you qualify for a lower interest rate, there are options available for those with lower credit scores. Additionally, some people believe that renting is always cheaper than buying a home. However, it's not always the case. Monthly rent payments can increase over time, while a fixed rate mortgage payment will stay the same. Another misconception is that you need a 20% down payment, and this is not true. There's many programs available that allow you to buy a home with a down payment of less than 20%. However, you will likely have to pay private mortgage insurance, which is an additional fee that protects the lender in case you default on your loan. Also, many people think you can't buy a home if you have student loans. This is also not true. There are many lenders that offer mortgages to borrowers with student loans. However, you may have to pay a higher interest rate. Some also worry that once you buy a home, you're stuck there. And this too is not true. You can always sell your home if you need to move, and you can use the equity that you built from paying your monthly mortgage payment in your current home to fuel your move to the next. However, you may have to pay a real estate commission and other fees when you sell. Additionally, it's important to remember that homeownership is not for everyone. So if you prefer the flexibility of renting, or if your financial situation is not conducive to purchasing a home at this time, there's no shame in waiting until you're ready. It's important to be aware of these misconceptions so that you can make an informed decision when it comes to homeownership. So as we wrap up, I'd just like to say, buying a home is a complex process, but with the right preparation and guidance, it can be a rewarding and exciting experience. By assessing your financial situation, getting pre-approved for a mortgage, and working with a realtor, you can navigate the real estate market with confidence and find the home of your dreams. Remember, the key to a successful home buying experience is to take your time, do your research, and work with a team of professionals who can guide you every step of the way. Thank you guys so much for attending my very first seminar and dealing with the hiccups. And don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions, or if you're ready to start your home buying journey and you'd like to schedule a free one-on-one consultation to address your unique situation and needs. Along with the recording of today's seminar, I'll be emailing you all copies of my Home Buyer's Guide, which will go into further detail to answer many of your additional questions about buying a home, along with a glossary of important home buying terms you'll want to know. And as mentioned, I'll also be following up with one lucky winner after they've randomly been selected from our list of attendees today. I hope that you found some value in the seminar, and I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to be here with me. Thanks again, and I look forward to connecting with you all soon. Have a great day and have an awesome weekend. Take care, you guys.